morning everyone, and welcome back to another Train Sim World 2 live stream. We are back on the Tees Valley line today. It's had its upgrade. It's great, the PIS and just everything about it now is just great. Well, it was really good before, but yeah, it's just been good since the upgrade. Been wanting to come on it. Right, let's see what we have got in the chat. I actually do need to load it up. We've got Ron, Dexter, Jody, Mr. Adams, Tanner, Luke, Glenn, Papan, Trainmaster, Lee, William, Gregory, HB, Quicko, Matthew. Don't have all the time in the world, Quicko. Let's put that on there. There we go. Right. So I thought we'd come in the class 20 today in the chopper. It's been a long time since we've been in this. Yeah, in the chopper. What we come. See, I haven't even driven it on the next gen version, which it must have been. Wow, it's been a long time since we've driven this train. A very long time. Yeah, wow. I don't think we have driven this on the next gen. It's been since August. Let's do that. Let's get that to forward. Where's the master key in this? It's over there, isn't it? Yeah, we're in the 20 HB. Set that to that. No need for caps though. Let me get that off. There can be grid sidings, and then let's actually get out to change the points. Shall we do that? Let's get out and change them. Actually, it would take a little while. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get out and change the points on foot. So we need to change this one over here. Right, let's change this. Oh, so we're going straight through, and then. Yeah, then we should be all good to there. Right, let's go back to the train. Yeah, we are in the chopper, which has a lot of thrash to it, which is very fun. Let's get up. This was the last DLC for TSW 2020. This was June 2020. I think this one come out. Headlights, which are up here. Well, they're not even headlights. They're little weird marker light thingies. Put them to white, not that one. There we go. Yeah, it's great, Gregory. You like how you get a lot of horns? You do, yeah, look at that. Right, let's get the brake off and let's get going. So we'll go and connect up to the other bits which are along there. Let me also move that along. Yeah, cool. On we go though. Ran class 20 with the DMU scenario on the T side line yesterday. Even if the class 20 gets a full thrash, it does. It is great. Heading along though. Since that though. In the rail freight livery. I can't wait for people to put this in like different liveries, like the GBRF livery, and it'd be great. In the BR blue. I think it was in BR blue, wasn't it? Heading along though. Yeah, it was great, Miss Adams. Yeah, it was good. Hello, Devon. How are you? Cool. Yeah, I was just getting a few bits done. I'm also watching the news as well, which was on. Which it's 40 years today since the start of the Falklands War. What's a leg end? A leg end? You can't rate to be in BR green. Awesome. Oh yeah, that's your profile pic, isn't it? I think that's a class 20. Right, let's quickly check the map. So we're going. I don't know where our load is, but we'll continue along. Hello, Jonathan. Yeah, we're in Lakemby Yard at the moment. Let's get that open. Listen to the sound of the train. Where are we going? We're going up here, and we'll set that as well once we get there. Yeah, it's good, Holy Trucker. Yeah, along we go. So we'll come to a stop and set the point coming up. We'll do it on foot. The service is about 50 minutes. We've done it a couple of times before. On we go there. It's almost like a big gronk, isn't it? Like a massive gronk. Similar sort of, you know, ish cab. That's all good, Gregory. Right, let's get that on. So this one here needs to be changed. Yeah, it's cool, innit? Just put it on. You know, you want to kick your toast or something. Click on it. Service may be hot. Set that back to off. Let's quickly hop out. Can you get D8059 on TSW? No clue. And we're doing the Locomotives to Darlington service. This one needs to be changed. Let's change that. Go on and back to the train. We'll do it a bit more manually today. Cool, let's get back up. Otherwise you sort of bump up as you go up the stairs, like that, the effect on that. Right, so we're going along here and stopping. Are we stopping there? Stop there. And for the brakes to fully release. Let's go. Oh, we're not going. There we go. Oh, I see, dear. I got you. We're in 20023 and 2108. Yeah, it's great to be in the chopper. It's been an awfully long time. What would happen if you put a raisin in water? I don't know. It would probably just sit there. How's everyone doing though? Hopefully everyone's all well. Are we reverse it? No, we're continuing forward. So I guess it will be in here somewhere. That's our load. Okay, let's get going again. Listen to that though. Just wait until we get out on the main line and we do full 100% throttle. You don't have the chopper. Yeah, I'm all good, Mr. Adams. Hopefully you're all well. It's a lovely train though to drive. Well, it is when you're facing this way. On the West Somerset ones, you're like that. So facing sort of, well, here. So you can't see a lot. This needs to be changed. My favourite biology revision. Hello Shay, need to get back on Tees Valley. Both locos have been preserved. Awesome. Which operating system do you usually run TSW on? I play it on the PlayStation 5. Where's the thing? Oh, there it is. That way. There you go, let's go back in. You can change the disc head codes. Yeah, you could do. What am I allowed to say in my members message? Well, just usual rules. Yeah, the usual rules. Hello Jackie, do alright? You met a bunch of Thomas and friends, locos like Daisy, Ari and Bert. Oh nice, Matthew. Come on. Off you go, brakes. So now we're going to there. Yeah. Okay, so in between here. I'm guessing the load's going to be in there somewhere. It's coming to a stop. Blimmin' heck, wow. What streams are later? Not too sure yet. And then we're going into here. Okay, we have to change quite a few here, don't we? Look, all of them. Look at that. All of these points. Let's do that. That would do. There's quite a few at this one. There we go. That's even more. Right, let's go back. So that's a reverse. Stick her head out the window. Awesome, Jodie. Hello, Amir. I'm all good. How are you? Do you like rice? Well, I eat curry every week, so yeah. Do have a bit of rice. There we go, though. Yeah, wait until we get out on the main line. This in 100% power. It sounds amazing. Would TSW2 run on an Apple laptop? Depends how good the Apple laptop is, Gregory. Is that like a iMac? I don't know what Apple does on there. But yeah, it depends how powerful it is and if it's made for gaming. Which I think quite a lot of Apple stuff is made for work, isn't it? So I don't know, probably not. It's a nice class of loco though. I can't believe it's been so long since we've been in it. Like possibly since August. Although I suppose you can't really use this on many routes. It's only really Tees Valley and West Somerset, I think. Oh, and also on the rail tours, which we don't tend to do. Right, let's get out and do that. Yeah, this is a freight train, Amir. Well, the British freight trains are always fun to do. Let's get that up. 60 years old last year. Ah, so fairly old locos then. Right. Let's set that to forward. Check the points, which I think we will have to set one of these along here. That's all good. That's good. There we go. Right. Let's go. So over to Darlington now. So we've got to come out of Lokenby, which is quite slow. And here all the brakes releasing. But slowly, just a little bit of throttle at the moment, just as they're all coming off. You can hear them all doing their thing. And then soon we should start rolling. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Japanese curry for me this evening. Afterwards I'll be off down the Brighton Main Line, Victoria to Brighton on TSW2. Sounds like a good evening, Richard. Oh, they are, DB, yeah. I can agree there. Or HB. In fact, shall we do a little bit of thrash? just quickly. Look at that. Oh, that. Greta would like that. That is lovely. Right, along we go. Hello, Andrew. Yeah, we're in the chopper. Imagine Greta Thunberg coming here, seeing that happen. She would be impressed. Cool. Anyway, off we go. Let's try and get a screenshot as well at some point on the journey, which you'll probably see as a thumbnail at some point. Yeah, we're off. So coming out of Lokenby. Get that off. So we go up and over the other line. It smells awesome when that happens. I've smelt 37 before as it goes past and seen the thrash. It was at Crawley Station, as they go fairly sort of slow round the corner from Three Bridges, and then just as they go through the station they whack the throttle up. Oh, it was great. Is it thrashing through? Almost 2 years ago now. Yeah, so we're coming out of here, up over the other line, and then we come to a stop at South Bank, and then onto the main line the rest of the way. We've got to come out of here first, which is fairly slow. What's everyone's favourite loco to drive on the Tees Valley line? 101, 37, 20, 31, maybe even the Gronk's your favourite to drive. Stop this secret. I'm saying she would enjoy the Class 20 thrashing. She'd love it. Look at that. Nice looking loco. There was once a 37 painted in a DB livery before it was retired. DB bought EWS in 2010. You guessed the Class 37, the Class 20 by a long shot, lovely the 31 and 20. Yeah, it's a tough one, because they're all great locos. Not bothered really. Which one is fastest? I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, I know. I probably. Actually, hang on. No, it wouldn't be the 101. I think the fastest loco would be the 37. Yeah, probably the 37 AC. If you were thinking about the 101. You would love the Class 37 to have the NRN system simulated like in TS on the West Highland Line extension. Lovely. I was tempted to go back in the 101 today. I thought we'd do something different. Go in this. On an i3, probably not very well with me. I'm just guessing as mine runs on an i5 or 6, and sometimes that can struggle. So, hang on, why is that on? Why is that marker light on? It's turned itself on. No, they're both on now. Get them off. There, that's better. How do you hide the HUD on TSW? Hold the pause button. The 37's the fastest, then the 31, 20, then the 101. Well, the 101 can go up to 75-ish, can't it? Sounds good, AC. It's a tractor. Looks like a 40 and a 45. Similar to those. This is Cargo Fleet or Grangetown. I think this one's Grangetown down there. Lovely. Making our way down now. Pretty much AC, yeah. I quite like the Class 40. The 40 is always fun to drive. Fastest is the Deltic. Yeah, driven the Deltic once, and that was on Train Simulator. Down we go. Let's get a bit more brake on. What's your opinion on the Class 68 and the 8? The Class 88? What's the Class 88? I heard of the 68. But not the 88. Class 68 looks good. Yeah, coming out of all of here. Good to get a screenshot of the funnel in the background there. Something like that. 37 to 1 sounds amazing, or is that the one on the Somerset line? The 37 does sound amazing. And it's thrashing. Someone cut the grass on the mainline routes. They are. It's all short, isn't it? All nice and cut. Oh, see. Don't know. After let me have a look at. Let me use Google Images. Is that the one TPE have? Class 88 train. Oh, class 88. Oh, so it was just a 668. That's alright. They look like nice locos. Well, now I know. 101s were right bone shakers. They were regularly used on the Dundee to Edinburgh shuttle when I was young in the 80s. The good thing about them was the view through the cab window. At speed they could feel a tad unsafe if you were a passenger. I'm guessing that was like always the place to sit, right, you know, sort of on the right hand side of the driver, so you could sort of look out the front. That must have been great. I think the last one was on the Conwy Valley line, I think, in Wales, which got retired in 2003. They lasted quite a while. Look at all of the industry around here, though. Proper grotty, isn't it? Look at that. I think this is proper downscaled now. I don't think there is really much industry up this way now. Well, it's not as much as there is in here, which was in 1989. GWR was going to order class 67s for 125 miles an hour for local hold expresses, but they were too expensive to get, so they went with the 180. Alright. Right, we've got to come to a stop here. Even in Concord, I've just long purchased this. I own pretty much all apart from 5 add-ons or some Neo. Oh, we got a 101, I think, coming in. Oh, it's a 20. We're all good. That was a bit close. Here we are, though. There's the 20 going through. That's going up towards Red Car Coal Terminal? Or Coke Terminal, I think it is. It is, Jonathan, yeah. It always almost catches me. Always so close to going through it. I think the objective, you have to get quite close to it as well. Hello, Double G. All old still works. Right, we can try and get a bit of thrash out. Let's wait for the brakes to release. They're fairly close, yeah. Let's get an outside shot. I mean, from the outside, it sort of looks alright. Right. You can see the wheel slipping a little bit. You can quite visibly see the wheel slipping. Oh no, there you go, it's all good now. Is contacting the signaller only used for permission to pass red lights? Yeah. Sometimes you'll contact them and then they'll come up with like a calling on signal. So yeah, that's what it's used for. Hello Tim, the other day transferred to an update that broke the game for me, being nothing but game crashes since. What route's that on, Tim? I agree. I've run so many reds in the 37 it just does not want to stop. It's always, I don't know if that, is there actually a grade on that? There is, so down 1.5 in 08. Which ain't too bad. Yeah, it can catch you out, that signal. Anyway, but get ready for some thrash. As soon as we get onto that main line, it's going full whack. We're just going, yeah, we're going for it as soon as we get onto here. So get ready. That's brilliant now. Just got to wait for the train to get onto the line fully, and then it's full whack. How's this route? It's alright. Set in the late 80s, Darlington to Saltburn. A lot of heavy freight action, well, British heavy freight action, so not that heavy, but for British trains, fairly heavy. Lots of old great BR locos. Right, here we go. Let's get going. This is going to sound good. Here we go. Look at all that come out the top there. That is lovely. Seems all of the routes I'm going to revalidate the files. Is it on Steam? Ah, right, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, verify the files. Off we go though. Or the lag when you go through all the fumes. Probably not, Luke. I don't have the worry lines. It might, quicker. There we go. They're not the longest the loads today. Probably not Quicko. Oh, it's great, Richard. It's very friendly for the... I mean, look at that. That is eco-friendly. They're the trains we like, though. More of these trains. And let's get back in. Look at that, full back on there. The only thing I can think is, oh, they got corrupted somehow. Trying to think. I don't really play the PC version, but yeah, I suppose probably verify the integrity of the files and see how it goes from there. Maybe check on the forums as well, just to see if any... Has anyone else had crashes on PC since the last update? Pop it in the chat. This is Cargo Fleet, this station coming up. I sure do. I think so, NJ, yeah. There's a video of it thrashing. Well, that is friendly. The other may need a filter. Maybe Jonathan. Comes down to 35. Got the window open as well. But yeah, I've seen. I think choppers are still used, aren't they? I'm pretty certain some are still in service, which is pretty crazy to think after what 60 odd years. But I'm pretty certain GBRF have some 620s, don't they? So I remember once upon a time they went to the, well, about 7 years ago, they were on the Bluebell Railway, then some sort of diesel gala, and they got a wheel flat. Typical. See you, Gregory, thanks for coming in, mate. Well, I think there's some 20s still in service, isn't there? Modern British route since 2021, so we need a present British route before Spirit of Steam. Well, just trains, Isaac. You never know. Since the last stop there. Might be similar then, Tim, what Richard's having. But maybe it's having a bit more of an effect on your end. Half past 2:30 still. Oh, it is quicker. Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, it is. You know, not getting any new locos, keeping the old ones. I suppose that's, yeah, fairly friendly. Has a hydrogen 168. Wow. Fair enough, Tim. Let's take a look at the PIS as we usually do, as it just looks really good on this route. Look at that, there it is. So there's a train behind us. Next one's at 11:46 and it is 11:41, so there's one just behind us. There it goes. You'd be tempted to hop on it, wouldn't you? Go for a ride. Ah, see Richard, London Transport have Class 20s in service. Let's get back in, there's a 101. That might actually be the 25 past service, that one. But the man said to me they will announce when they are ready to. Nice NJ, also brought a new DLC for Busum 21. That's the Iveco one, isn't it? I'll get it at some point, but not really in the bussing mood at the moment, or it's Busum 21 mood. Oh, blimey, NJ. Probably Miss Adams. I painted in Sarah Siddon's livery. Or Sarah Sidon's. Let's get that. So we're about half an hour to Darlington. It's a fair distance. I'll see HB. That. I do double G, yeah. Well, not for this, I'm using the controller at the moment. Although for free cam I use the keyboard. Musical J. Long we go though. There we go. Let's get back in. The new Iveco DLC has reused sounds. Don't know what the devs' excuse is this time since COVID is mostly over. There's the lifty uppy bridge, which you can see going up and down on the game, which is pretty cool. Let's get that open as well. Then you got Tees Yard here and Thornaby. Thornaby Depot and Tees Yard, or Thornaby Yard, Tees Yard. It's a massive yard though. Look at that. Cool. Making our way round. Go right around the perimeter of the yard. Let's go ahead. I see HB. There it goes. Very well, good sounding train and looking train. Load the 220s at the front. Yeah, hopefully everyone is enjoying the stream. We'll be back after this with, I was thinking tourist bus, but not too sure yet. I don't know. It might even be flight sim. The articulator electric is only 210, not 490. Like the technical jargon, yeah. Well, I mean, it is a lifty uppy bridge. Yeah, there it is. There's Thornaby Depot. I guess that's Depot, isn't it? Tees Yard on the right and Thornaby Depot there. You've always got a few tractors in there. But yeah, you get 2 control desks in the 20s, and you could for each direction you're travelling in. That's a right pain though when you're on that side, as the visibility isn't great. Oh, that's weird, NJ. Oh, the crashes. It'll either be that or flight sim. Depends how dark it is when we end this. Comes down to 35 along here. I can do my best to be a rowdy passenger. If you play tourist bus, you can try your best, AC. Or you could be the AI if you want. Because the AI on that game is quite amusing at times. Just don't give you any room to pull out, and yeah. Thornaby Yard. And this is Thornaby Station. Yeah, it's going to be good, Jodie. 12th of May. There we go. Next one is Eagles Cliff. But yeah, been thoroughly enjoying Tees Valley since the upgrade of new skybox, working level crossings, PIS. It's been good. And yeah, the other one is Munich to Augsburg, which we might do tomorrow. Yeah, it's not coming to PS4, Mr. Adams, which is fair enough. I mean, it means devs can focus on one generation. Otherwise there'll be issues on PS4, and then they're going to have to go back, and that's going to sort of hold them back. If it's just on next gen, then they don't have to worry about that. $45. And I guess probably this game in future will just be next gen, or at least DLC after a certain point will only be next gen. At some point. Yeah, it's good there, Richard. Some of the best of all the BR engines on TSW2. I think one of my favourites is probably on the 40. Yeah, I quite like the 40 horn. Awesome, Jodie. Spanish Radio 2 equivalent to enhance the experience. You do get some good songs on there. Remember on the first, I think it was the first stream we did at Tourist Bus, the radio was on, which obviously wasn't good because, you know, radio, music, and it was the Backstreet Boys as well. They had some quite good music on there. Yeah, the radio is pretty decent. That's how it feels. Well, I suppose Xbox 360 games did slowly fade out, didn't they? Well, FIFA only ended on Xbox 360, I think, in 2019. So a year before the PS5s come about and Xbox, you know, Series X and S's. Is Dovetail Games considering old gen stuff? Yeah, there's still, the DLC is still for old gen stuff. But yeah, the DLC is still old gen. I just reckon eventually, maybe in a year or two, it will just be next gen stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. I suppose it really depends what routes. There's some routes where it would work perfectly fine on old gen, like the Harlem line. But some, like, you know, the Brighton Main line and stuff like that, you know, maybe there'll be next gen only DLCs. That's just a guess, you know, but maybe that will happen in future. They have their ACS, some good stuff as well. No NJ. Well, I don't know. But yeah, maybe in future for, say, I don't know, say if a DLC at the West Coast Main Line South came out, that's probably going to be a very, very busy route. And you can't really take away timetabled services on there, so it's just going to probably be, what, London, Midland and Avanti. So maybe that would be only next gen and PC only. But who knows? But probably eventually though. Cool, but yeah, not too far to Eagles Cliff, and the speed comes down to 25 going along there. Well, TML seems to have tons of licenses AC, as we've seen on the bus. You've got Lidl, Aldi, Doritos. There's a whole load of licenses on there. They seem to get everything. You would like to see a 390 in the game with its standard premium. I'm guessing you mean deluxe edition. That'd be cool to see the West Coast main line. I think that is sort of one of those most requested routes to see, the West Coast main line south, the Metropolitan line, those sort of two are quite biggies. Oh, I see NJ. First class seats but food is not included with the ticket. That's a bit of a rip off, isn't it? Right, bringing that down. You'd like to see a class 25 on Train Sim World 2? Awesome, Richard. Let's quickly have a look. Class 25. I probably will recognise it once I see it. Class 25 train. Oh, class 25. That's similar to the 31. Yeah, similar-ish. But between 61 and 67. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it's like a slightly smaller 31. Just need to wait for a blazing hot day and play it with a few beers with the best simulator ever. Awesome AC. Have the sound of the beach on playing on your speakers as well as you're going along. Hello, Harrow. Ever try pickle soup? No. Oh, see, NJ. Standard premium. Class 25s are nicknamed rats. Lovely. You've got Allen's West coming up, or Allen's West. And also I think Fabian and the gang do a radio show AC on it as well, like every week. Always comes up on like the news bit, like join us on Flashbase FM at 8 PM on Friday, along those lines. So I guess they probably play music on there as well through there. You got 60. Your live stream cut for me? Yes, I did, about the standard premium. We're up to 60. So it does seem like we are going up a little, so it's not going up too quick. It's not the fastest of locos, so that is a fun loco. I'd like to see the Class 73 in the game. That's one of the locos I'd like to see. A backdated Brighton mainline set in the late 90s. 319, doing the Connex services, a 73 doing the Gatwick Express with the 489 at the back, or the 488. That'd be cool. And with the old Slammers, I can't remember the class number of the Southern Slammers, 4-6 something, I'm not too sure. They are 80, yeah. Is it me, or does the bus route that's passing by me have 6-minute headways on a weekend? Maybe it does. Which is my favourite train from TSW to the 377. They were as common as rats, hence the nickname Rats. Ah, I got you, Richard. Yeah, I'd like to say a backdated Brighton mainline in the 90s, or even early noughties. Or maybe they could do that for if they ever did the West Coast way. Maybe they could set that in the sort of transition period between the Slammers and the 377. As then you get the 377-3s running on the coastway as long as the Slammers. That would be cool. You can, Jonathan, yeah. Yeah, 421s, 423s. I always get mixed up with the Slammers. A little bit of speed now we're getting on us. We're going about 40 now, as we make our way towards Teesside Airport, which is coming up on the left. You can see some hangars now. Awesome, Richard. Well, they are quite sort of, as you might have seen on my video I did for March Madness, they are quite sort of tricky to drive, the 73s, as you sort of have to do it the opposite way of what you would usually do it, so it's quite confusing. If you do it the normal way, it does the diesel power, but then if you sort of do the throttle going back, I know it's weird, it's like, yeah, it's a weird drive, isn't it? It's like the opposite of what you usually do need to do. A little bit AC, there's 31. What about you, AC? What would you like to see? I'm guessing another diesel mechanical multiple unit. Fair enough. Awesome, NJ. There's Teesside Airport there on the left. We did, Richard, yeah. It's because it's like the opposite way around there. If you go too far one way, it then does the brakes, but it's because it's just so, you know, your mind is used to doing it the other way. Teesside Airport. Hello, Satong and Rafe. How are you both? Welcome in. It comes down to 35. You want to see the Watercress line on Train Sim Mod 2? That'll be alright. That is... what is that? That's Alton to... Yeah, it's Alton, isn't it? Alton to... Is it Alstead? Something like that. You want to see more American trains and Train Sim World 2? Well, Horseshoe Curve is getting a preview Thursday, which will be the first Norfolk Southern route in the game, which is like the black and white liveried American trains. That's quite smart. That would mean a West Coast mainline route. I could live with that. Awesome. The Shinkansen comes to mind, but does look a bit easy to drive. Maybe another route: Tokyo Metro, Paris Metro, Berlin. The Berlin U-Bahn would be cool, because they've got like older sort of trains, haven't they, on there? But yeah, that line we were doing on Train Sim, was it the Tohoku main line? That was quite cool. Of the Bing Bong train. Aberdeen to Penzance. Well, that would be multiple operators on that. obviously cross country being the one go from one end to the other, you'd have tons of operators on that. Yeah, fair enough for AC. Well, the Bakerloo is sort of, I guess, half and half. Just trying to think of other sort of metros, which, well, I suppose any sort of underground route in London would be half and half. Well, apart from, say, the Victoria. Did a run from Aberdeen to Penzance. Alresford, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Alton, Alresford. Yeah, been on the Watercress line once. Do actually, in fact, I've just noticed, yeah, my cup today, my tea mug is actually a 20. What a coincidence. If I quickly change that, I can see that. It's GB Rail Freight, let me quickly pop that up. Yeah, it's, oh, that way. It is a 20 today on the mug. Yeah, sort of, you can just about see it. Oh, hang on, there you go. So it's a 20 on there. With the domino lights. Preston to Blackpool South, fair enough, Shay. Some Midlands routes are needed on trains tomorrow too. That'll be called Super Sprinter. This is Dinsdale. The 73 stop, that would be cool. There it goes. Could do have been a bit longer on the outside bit, was my original speed run test track, and it ended rather quickly. Was that due to getting from one end to one end quickly, or crashing in the tunnels? So yeah, it can be quite windy. Can you get the other side open? No, it's just this side. You volunteer at the Watercress line. I'm a cleaner, steam loco cleaner. Brilliant. Guard and diesel secondman. Brilliant. HB. Awesome. What's the secondman's job then? I'm guessing you sort of have to sit on that chair there as you get along. What is the job of the secondman? Second man. When you use your free camera, are you just using Control and Shift? Number 8 on keyboard, and then Shift and the arrow keys. Can you use the other arrow keys? No, just the ones all together. Hello Donuts, how are you? We go NJ. What other streams will be today? Well, if it's not dark by the time we end this, I might do some flight sim maybe. Not too sure what plane yet. Probably in the A320 or maybe the 350i. Don't know. I was even thinking maybe some tourist bus at some point. Well, service BR days, the Devon Scott. I used to get it home to Scotland when I lived in Bristol in the late 80s. That must have been quite a nice journey. Rich, how long did that take then? Bristol up to Scotland? Well, that would be about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Good to hear Donuts. Made a try of a tea. If I was driving, a lot of teas would be needed. Let's get that. Yeah, I might do some flight sim then after this. Any suggestions for a flight in the UK, as it should hopefully still be light? It could even be in the 350i, yeah, either the King Air or the A320. Oh, 7-8 hours. The Aberdeen to Penzance was cut from Penzance to Plymouth, and then cut again from Plymouth to Bristol Temple Meads. As they're not going to go back to Penzance? Or was it just not really a profitable service? Lovely, HB. Uh, 387, Jude. Oh no, it's a tough one though. Probably the 387 isn't the Electrostar. How cool, Jode. It'd be a very, very, very long route though, with multiple operators. Maybe that would be like a mod in the future. A bit like what happens on Train Simulator. Where you got modders who do, you know, combine routes together. Possibly, yeah. Edinburgh to Heathrow, that's a good shout. Southampton to Edinburgh. Maybe do the opposite way around of that. Yeah, then we'd be chasing the light. Whereas if we went up to Edinburgh, we'd probably be going into the dark. London City to Berlin. Usually start on the first station outside where the 10-mile is. Floor rate then there. Comes about 2/3 of a mile away. The German 442 failed, unfortunately. Oh, that would have been scary. How long is this route? 22 miles, I want to say. It might be more than that. I always panic. As soon as I come around that corner, I always panic. I'm like, oh no, it's a red. But no, you got the calling on signal. So you're all good. How do you know the next speed change with no HUD? Just off memory. On this route I'm not the most confident with the speeds. In some areas. I know along here it's like 15, then like 35, then 60, then down to 30 again. So it's just off memory. Hello Craigie boy, love the class 20. It's lovely, isn't it? Here's the East Coast main line. Just passing Teesside Airport on my 20. Nice HB. It's not too far behind then. That's a good shout though. Edinburgh to Southampton. Might do that. See how long it is. I don't think we've landed at Southampton before, so. Or just even been there in general. Speed's very slowly coming down at the moment. I want to go a bit quicker than that actually. Yeah, this is Darlington. Awesome HB. Well, we don't stream on Twitch, so I don't know if you'd be able to watch through there. I don't know if that's possible. That'd be nice to Medway Valley. I mean, any route would be nice, really. Let's use the loco brake as you get a little bit more control at lower speeds. You want to be careful here as well. Oh, awesome, Jody. There you go, that will do, right? 5 yards. Right. 5 yards we have to go. This one will probably go through the red. On some of the older routes, the objectives are very sort of tight. as careful as you can. Will that do? There we go. Darlington, HB, Evening Para, how are you? Well, that is going to be it, everyone, for today's Train Sim World 2 live stream. That was Lakembe to Darlington in the chopper in the Class 20. I'll be back in about half an hour's time. Yeah, we'll probably be on Flight Sim. Again, that was quite fun last night, apart from when the cat ace got in the way. But yeah, probably be on Flight Sim in about half an hour. Links can be found in the description to the Discord server, to the PayPal, and to the merch store if you do want to help support the channel. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Have a lovely rest of your evening, and I hopefully will see you next time. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.